London day 2. If you missed our last video, we talked about our first day in which it was a lot of delays and it took us forever to do anything.
More of the same.
Our breakfast place didn't open until 10:30 and we went to Beyond Bread, which is supposed to be one of the best bakeries for gluten-free food. They've closed. They're no longer in business. So we Ubered there and then we're like, crap, now what? So we made it to King's Cross Station and thought we'd try a taxi. There was a line, huge line for a taxi. We waited for a taxi for like half an hour.
Yeah, it wasn't just that it was at least twice the price, probably a little more, but yeah, it took longer to get one.
We get to our second choice for breakfast. We are at Romeo's gluten-free, sugar-free bakery for breakfast, 1:30 in the afternoon, and we've just decided to give up trying and enjoy ourselves because it's been quite an issue. But let's go into something pleasant first. This is a full English breakfast, all gluten-free, and it looks absolutely amazing. Beans, and they're cooked perfectly. Oh, those are good. They're really fresh tasting. Of course, the eggs look great. And the ham and some bread and hash browns. Oh, there's my sausage. And Trevor's got
eggs Benedict. Looks nice and fancy with the spinach on top. A nice chunk of ham. Oh, looks really good.
my breakfast is amazing.
Yeah, I love your mushrooms.
I don't like mushrooms, and those were actually good mushrooms. The sausage meat is, you can tell it's a good cut of meat, not fatty crap like what sausage meat is at home. For gluten-free, sugar-free bakery, it was great. We have some snacks that we bought there to eat tomorrow for breakfast, so we don't have to waste 3 hours going for breakfast. 3 hours between when we left our hotel and when we were done breakfast.
Part of that's Beyond Bread's fault, but still, that's how our day's been going.
We had a Beefeater Gin tour booked, and that was supposed to be at 2, but we were eating breakfast at 1:30 and it was a half-hour drive. So I was able to get in touch with Beefeater. I left a message, they phoned me back, and they rescheduled us for 4 o'clock, which was awesome. Hopped on a bus, got off the bus, got on the hop-on hop-off bus, which took us in the direction of the Beefeater Gin Distillery. And we went on that until we were out of time, in which we hopped off and called an Uber and went the rest of the way by Uber and got there like just in time. We're at the
Beefeater Gin Distillery.
It took us 2 hours to get here, but we're here. Every road in London is closed. So we're gonna show you around Gin Distillery. You can't wait to drink some.
Who's drinking? I'm happy.
First, the Gin Distillery tour was just these rooms that you go in and they talk about London and
the history of
gin.
London dry gin in London. And yeah, it's, if you enjoy reading plaques and looking at displays, it's okay, but it's not really that great.
They give you a half an hour to do it. Most people were done in 10 minutes. So then you just sit and wait. And then your guide comes and you finish the tour with a guide in which you see all the nine
botanicals.
The 9 botanicals. You get to smell most of them and touch them that go into their gin. And then they talk about a couple of their special kinds of gin that they make, and you
Different
get to
expressions.
And then you get to try those, and they give you like a solid ounce of each.
What I advise you to do is take a little sip, smell it.
In which I had like a tiny little sip, and Trevor
Well,
drank the rest.
2 different gins.
Expressions.
And then they take you up to the still room and explain the process of actually distilling the botanicals with the neutral spirit.
So now we're stuck out in the middle of nowhere at this distillery, and little to our knowledge, things had started to shut down in London. So the buses we needed to take to get back into central London had already stopped working. Our only option was to walk an hour and a half. I think it was more like 2 hours. Or Uber, and took us into central London to dinner. We went to Dishoom, which is an Indian Bombay restaurant. And it's supposed to be one of the best restaurants for Indian food in London. We had to wait an hour for our seat because they don't take reservations.
Which we did expect. We knew we were signing up for that even before we went there.
So we finally get our seat after they give you a pager, exactly an hour. We got our seat and we ordered our food. It was very loud in there. It was so loud that Trevor couldn't even hear me talking across the table, and I would yell. And he'd be like, huh? And all we got was our one glass of water. It wasn't really the best service. No one offered us more water. I asked for orange juice partway through the meal, and I didn't get the orange juice until I asked again at the end of the meal. The meal itself came and we ordered spicy lamb chops,
Chicken ruby
rice.
and lamb roti shish kebab, and it was okay.
It was all gluten-free because most Indian dishes are just naturally gluten-free. I'm glad we didn't order the spicy item. There's things with an S next to it that are spicy. We asked how spicy it was and he's like, really spicy. So we ordered the not spicy food. It was super spicy. My mouth was on fire. The lamb kebabs were kind of chewy. The lamb chops were really good. The ruby chicken was good. Oh, we got that paneer pineapple tikka. That was probably the best of all the dishes, especially with the pineapple. So that was for the two of us to share all that. It wasn't that much, but it really wasn't that good. How much did dinner cost?
£55.
So we left there. We went to a Whole Foods. Wow, they have a cheese room, like an entire room of cheese. It's like I've died. It's just as good as a chocolate room. Look at the size of that one cheese. I've never even seen a wheel of cheese that big before. Something else we've never seen that they had, which you could buy single eggs. Like just go and buy an egg. In Canada, you're lucky to get half a dozen. Well, we're done supper. We needed to take a bus to get halfway to our hotel. And while we were waiting to cross the street, our bus pulled up and left. Oh my gosh, we have the worst luck in London today. We're soaking wet. It's almost 9 o'clock and we've got nothing done but wait for buses today. We wait for this bus and the bus is 35 minutes late. So we finally get on our bus and the guy's like, so we're having to divert. All the roads are closed. People are asking, well, how do we get to like Buckingham Palace? Because this bus was supposed to go by Buckingham Palace. And he's like, walk? You can't? All the roads are closed? Good luck. I put on my VPN. Good idea to have a VPN to check the news because locally they don't always tell you what's going on. And found out that the environmental protests had turned from what it was this afternoon. It was just peaceful and there was about 200 protesters to just complete mayhem. Apparently on the news it said that they arrested 1,300 people. So there was sirens and police and ambulances passing us like crazy. All the roads were closed. The Circle Line, which is the underground that comes here, was closed. The whole station of St. James Station was closed, which is our station, underground station. No buses were coming here and all the roads were closed. So we couldn't even take a taxi or an Uber from where we were. We ended up on this bus and it was inching its way a little closer, but a 10-minute bus ride took over an hour.
And then we walked the last 1.1 kilometers from Victoria Station.
In the rain. That's all we had left is to walk. It was after 10 o'clock at night. We were exhausted. It took us 5 hours from the time we
finished Beefeater to have dinner and make it back to the hotel.
I thought it would take us 2 hours, the most.
So that was day 2.
That's all we did today is we went for breakfast.
Drank. And went for dinner.
Went for dinner. London hell. We're hoping tomorrow is better and we'll get some more video for you because maybe we won't just be standing at a bus stop or on a bus. That's all we've done is wait. It's been not fun. I've been calling it London hell. Anyways, Stay tuned. Maybe tomorrow we'll have some London footage other than what we've shown you. Subscribe so you don't miss what comes tomorrow. I mean, God only knows. It can always get worse, right? Look at these stairs. Some stations have escalators to go down and stairs up, and other ones have stairs to go down and escalators up, and a very few have elevators. It's a lot of stairs.